Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. Celine Driver coming at you once again. That's me with another not walking and talking video. One of these days I'm actually going to get back to the walking part of these, walking and talking. After the last walking and talking video, which dealt with weighty subjects, I thought something a little bit more light, a little bit more levity. Sports team names. Yes, sports team names. And I have my copious notes. Not that copious, but sports team names seem to trigger the snowflakes, the woke, the politically correct, whatever term you want to label these mental midgets with, more than almost any other thing I can think of. I mean, some of them really dislike statues. Some of them have problems with paint jobs of certain cars. Some of them have problems with names on schools. I don't know. It seems that nowadays you can trigger a snowflake with practically anything out there. But sports team names seem to really make them crazier than just about anything else. So I thought I would take a moment and take a look at the names of all 32, however many there are, teams from the National Felons League. The No Fun League, the league of uber wokeness, the league of Colin, the league of kneeling, the league of hating capitalism, even though it's capitalism that allow you to play a child's game, make millions of dollars, and get shoe contracts. The league that can't tell what a pass is, or, which hits are illegal and which ones aren't, and wants to dress the quarterback in bubble wrap. That league. So I looked at the names of all the teams, and they broke down basically into two broad categories: animals and things. We'll take the animals first. Now, if you are a millennial snowflake, uber woke, PC, twit, and you believe that toxic masculinity and all that is the bane of all existence, then a lot of these animal names are just no good for you, because most of the teams named with animals are aggressive for the most part. Falcons, eagles, panthers, bears, Bengals, jaguars, Seahawks, even though there's no such thing as a Seahawk, it's a hawk. So those names have to be changed to something benign. Okay. Something that won't hurt you in your safe space while you sip your cocoa and play with your bubble wrap and color with your crayons. For instance, the Atlanta Falcons. Can't have the Atlanta Falcons. The falcon is a predatory hunting bird. We have falcons living in my neighborhood, and believe me, I've seen them up close. They are an aggressive bird. They swoop down and grab their prey and grab them with their talons and rip them apart with their sharp beaks. Oh, can't have that. That's too aggressive. That's too mean. That's too nasty. Oh. Maybe we ought to call them the Atlanta ants. Ants are, but no, ants can sting. So maybe not ants. Maybe the Atlanta kittens. Yeah, kittens. Who's afraid of a kitten? Kittens are all cute and cuddly and playful. And as long as they don't deploy their claws, they can't really hurt you. So, but maybe that's better for the Carolina Panthers. Maybe we ought to call those the Carolina Kittens instead. Atlanta. What's a name of an animal that's the Atlanta anteaters? That's a benign animal. They got the big long snout and they just stick their snout in the ground and suck up all the ants and eat them. They can't hurt anybody. The Atlanta anteaters. I'll go with that. Baltimore Ravens. I don't know. Baltimore. A non-aggressive bird. The Baltimore Doves. Yeah. Instead of the Philadelphia Eagles, Philadelphia Pigeons. You know, you get the idea. Animals that are benign, harmless, cute, nothing aggressive. Now, of all the animal names, you know, lions, you know, we could change those to the Detroit, well, I don't know, Detroit puppy dogs? Oh, they play like puppy dogs. The only animal on the list is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are not what I would call an aggressor species. But we can't name a team after dolphins. Dolphins are more intelligent than man, according to the leftist, progressive, snowflake, woke betas. So we're exploiting dolphins by naming a football team after them and selling T-shirts and hats and flags and bumper stickers. So, I don't know. How about the Miami Mice? Yeah, that'll work. Miami Mice, you know. So, take the Dolphins out. So, Miami Mice. Or Miami Mouses or something like that. Anyway, enough of that. The list of teams named after things, you know, like the Cleveland Browns. Well, what if you're a millennial snowflake wokester and you hate the color brown? I mean, that'll trigger you right there. Brown, you hate brown. Brown's a horrible color. So, I don't know, pick another color. The Cleveland Rainbows. Oh, who can hate that? If you hate rainbows, well, you got more problems than you will ever be able to deal with, you know. So, Dallas Cowboys. Well, we can't have cowboys. Cowboys, they're aggressive, mean, nasty people who ride horses and exploit horses and herd cattle and cattle, you know, for eating and such, you know. The vegetarians will be, you know, angry at the Dallas Cowboys. Let's call them the Dallas Drag Queens. That'll work. Can't hate drag queens. Not today's. Not in 2022. Kansas City Chiefs. Oh boy, Chiefs. We can't have Chiefs. That's exploitation of Native Americans. The Native Americans will be offended. We have to call them something else. We could call them the Kansas City barbecuers, but barbecue involves either beef or pork. So the vegetarians are going to hate that. So I don't know what else Kansas City is known for other than barbecue. Kansas City, you can't call them kangaroos, could you? No, I guess not. I don't know what you would call them, but you can't call them the Chiefs because you can't do something that will be exploitive of Native American culture. New England Patriots is another good one. I mean, Patriots. We can't be patriotic. We can't do the America First thing. We can't think of ourselves as superior to all the other countries and peoples of the earth, even though we are. New England Patriots, I don't know what else to call them. Well, you have to get rid of the name Patriots. I mean, we can't have patriotic America First. America's the best feelings or names, that'll hurt people who hate America's feelings, and that's evidently about half the population of this country, given the current state of things. So I have to come up with another name. I didn't say I was going to be coming up with new names in all cases, just saying that these are the problem. These are names that are problematic for one reason. New York Giants is another name that's problematic. That's going to trigger all the people who are small. Anyone who isn't a giant, who is small of stature, is going to be triggered. We can't have that. So we got New York Jets. Can't have jets. Jets burn fuel. They burn jet fuel. They burn petrochemicals. They fly up in the air and they pollute. And there's, their airplane tickets cost money. And what about people who can't afford airline tickets? They'll be triggered too. So people who dislike oil and travel, what if people are too busy to travel? They'll get triggered too. So New York Jets, you're gonna have to come up with another name because the oil-hating snowflake wokester betas are going to be offended. The Steelers can't have that name. Steel is made from ore that's dug out of the ground in mines and smelted with huge amounts of energy and water use, and it's a symbol of industrial might if you have the ability to create steel and iron products and be able to form them into all kinds of products that people use every day, even though they hate capitalism and hate industry and hate production and progress and that kind of thing. So Pittsburgh, you're going to have to come up with another name. I'd suggest penguins. Penguins are benign animals that don't hurt anybody and are cute and cuddly, but unfortunately your worthless hockey team is named after penguins, so you're going to have to, maybe you call yourself the Pittsburgh Polar Bears. Since polar bears are supposed to be benign, cute, cuddly things, even though they have razor-sharp claws and teeth and are predatory carnivores. But according to Al Gore, we're killing them off and shrinking their habitats. And according to Coca-Cola, they're cute and cuddly things that all they do is sit around and drink Coca-Cola all day. Tennessee Titans. Titan is just another word for giant. It's the same problem as the New York Giants. And then the Washington, they used to be called the Redskins. And then for a couple of years, they were called the Washington football team. And now they're called the Commanders. Or Commies, for short. The Washington Commies. That may be the most perfect name in all of the No Fun League. Because they are located in Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. is full of commies. At least it is now. So the Washington Commies may be the most perfect team name in all of sports. Well, that's all I got. Every single team has a problem with their name that is going to upset the woke, the betas, the snowflakes, the politically correct, all those nonsensical fools that run around every day, the shouty people, as my friend Disgruntled Danny, that's another YouTube channel you should check out. It's funny as hell. Disgruntled Danny calls them the shouty people. All the teams have problems with those, with their names with respect to those people. And we have to appeal and appease those people because we're told so. Right. Anyway, that's all I got for this week's walking and not walking, walking and talking video. I'll come up with something else for next week, I hope. Meanwhile, this is your boy, Celine Driver, and I am out.